Welcome to LYN Live, everybody. You know, LYN stands for Live Younger Now, and that is what we're doing. And tonight we have a master class, which is a deep dive into our products. And what we're going to be focusing on tonight are our bioenergetic discs, our iPatches.
Sunrise paints sky in gold and red. Small towns waking up from cozy beds. Farmers with their worries heavy load, but something new is brightening this road. iPatches fixing up those aches and strains. Bioenergetic magic in their veins. From back roads to the fields, we all can see this little patch is setting folks pain-free. With our patches, we're chasing blues away, healing up the hurting of a long, hard day, changing lives with every stick and lance, making miracles across this promised land. With our patches, we're chasing blues away. Cheering up the burden of a long, hard day, changing lives with every stick and lance, making miracles across this promised land.
We've got Sally and Adam, who are responsible for this amazing technical product that we have been so enjoying. So, Sally and Adam, say hello and give us just an overview. When people ask us, what are bioenergetic discs? What are iPatches? Can you just tell us what you think we might be saying for that?
Yeah, and thank you for having us on. We're always excited and pleased to come and share about the frequency eye patches that you guys have. And basically, what they are is just energy in a little disc that when you place them on your body, they enter your energy field, and your body is able to pick and choose what frequencies it wants to utilize. So it's just kind of the perfect blend that your body gets exactly what it needs at any given time. And so there's just phenomenal results with them because they're specific to every person for every second, minute, hour, whatever it is they need.
That's a great definition. I love that. And it's it's, I think when I first heard we were going to have patches, because there's a lot of companies out there that have patches, and I've never been a fan of any of them, and I've tried them all, and I put one on, and it was like, I can feel that. I can feel that right now. Everything is about energy, frequency, and vibration, and that's what we've got in these patches. And people are raving. We have so many testimonials about every single different type of eye patch, and we've got 11 of them now. And I'd kind of like to go through all of them with you.
Can I interrupt real quick?
Yeah, anytime.
I wanted to point out the huge difference between the eye patches and the patches that other companies might be selling. The huge difference is there's no other company has the iHercules in it. And it's the iHercules, it's the frequencies of the iHercules that really set these patches apart from any other patches that are on the market. And we just so happen to have a corner on that market. They can't do it.
Absolutely. That's true. Every one of the frequencies from the 44 most powerful plants on the planet are in this. And also, can you speak to about the frequencies that ground the EMFs that are in every one of them as well?
Yeah, they're the earth frequencies that are just really grounding. So it helps with your electromagnetic fields and radiation. And used to be that people would go walk out in their gardens and, be in their yards. They would go barefoot. They would get up in the morning and see the sunrise. Those are all really positive things that really help to ground you. And we just don't do those anymore. We live in, 2-story houses and apartments, and we walk on pavement, and people just aren't grounded as much as they used to. And then we have so much electromagnetic chatter that's just, with the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and everything, that this just really helps to keep your body grounded. And that just helps your cells when you're just really grounded and you just have the positive energy.
So let me ask you a question. All of these frequencies from our cell phones, from 5G, from all of our technological, from our computers and our refrigerators, I mean, everything is putting off EMFs, and they disturb our bodies. This will take those frequencies to the ground and ground them. Is that my understanding? Is that
It kind of puts your body in a bubble, so that it doesn't necessarily take the frequencies and bring them to the ground. What it does is ground you, so that you have like a little bubble around you, so it doesn't get into your energy field and disrupt it.
Gotcha. Okay, that's good to know. And we're starting to get questions on here too. And as they go past, I'm going to ask Donald and also Adam, because it looks like you've been reading these, to stop us, because when we miss a question, then we won't see it again. We'll have to do a lot of scrolling. So if a question comes in, if you can just let us know, and we'll answer those. So, but let's start with going through the list of all of the different patches that we have. And I think probably I'm gonna just rattle them off, and let's just go one by one with what's in them. What are you seeing? What's happening with people's bodies when they experience these? Probably the number one that most people think about is pain and inflammation. And remember, every one of the 11 bioenergetic discs have all of the frequencies from the top molecules from 44 plants in iHercules, and the ability to ground us, as well as then if we've got a pain and inflammation patch, it's got frequencies for pain and inflammation. Can you talk about what kind of frequencies are in that, and what should we expect when we use that?
Yeah, I can. First, I want to just talk in general, because all of the frequency patches have some of the same frequencies, and then they all differ in different ways. So one of the main things that all of them have is the frequency of the iHercules patch, or the iHercules, which it's in a patch form. So what that does is that will help to get it right to your energy field, which in turn is going to really help your cells. So if someone has a digestive system that maybe they're a little compromised and it doesn't quite get to their digestive system, it's going to go around that and get right to its basic form. Because even when you put a substance in your mouth or in your body, like iHercules, it still has to go through your system, and your system breaks it down to its energetic signature. And that's what goes to your different cells and heals them and changes the frequency. And so we just start out with a frequency. So it's just a very subtle subharmonic frequencies that are just really healing, and they're only good frequencies. So there are no negative side effects, no interactions with anything, because we're only putting really good frequencies that we're basically, what we're doing is introducing them to your body, to your energy field, and then your body can pick and choose exactly what it wants. So no two people are going to have the same exact frequencies, but their body's going to be bathed in the same frequency, so it can pick and choose what it wants.
I love that term. I love that term. So you're being bathed in these frequencies 24/7.
Correct. Which means you have a constant supply of it, so it doesn't go up and down as you're taking it. You place the patch on. It's good for 3 days, and then you change the patch. And part of the reason that they're good for 3 days is there's a metal substrate in the patches, and as you put the patch on and it enters your energy field, it does deplete the frequencies in the patches. That's why we have to change them every 3 days, is because they'll get to where they don't have the frequency there anymore, because your body has utilized the frequency. So that's why they're sold in a pack of 10 that gives you a 30-day supply to be changed every 3 days. And then in all of the patches, we have the frequencies of the macrocarpo tree, which really helps with negative energy and grounding. We also have the frequencies of all the Mother Earth minerals, frequencies for geopathic stress, and then the grounding frequencies that we talked about. And then we also have frequencies for hops bush in there, which is also one of the really nice grounding frequencies. So we just put those standard in all of the eye patches that you have. And so that's what kind of our base is. And then when we go to the pain and inflammation patch, what we've found with people is it helps to increase their movement and mobility. And we have frequencies in there to help that. It also will help with nerve inflammation. And then if anybody's familiar with pain units, like a TENS unit, which some people use for pain, it actually has the frequencies of that. So you don't necessarily need to use the TENS unit because you're going to get the frequencies in the eye patches.
Awesome.
It also has the patchouli oil frequencies in it. Arnica, which both of those are really good with helping with pain. And then we also put some yellow light frequencies in there. Yellow light is, if you get a yellow light with an element, it's very healing and it can help to really heal bones, muscles, tendons. And so we put the yellow light frequency in there because what we're trying to do is just encompass everything that you might possibly have an issue with, and just to help so that your body has just an array, an abundance, a smorgasbord of everything that it needs. And then it also, besides the pain, it's going to help with the inflammation. And everyone has inflammation in their body. And as you get the inflammation down, then that really helps your cells to regenerate and do exactly what they need to do to increase your mobility and help you with pain. And we've just had some phenomenal testimonials with people that just absolutely love the pain and inflammation patch.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and the inflammation is one of the causative issues in a lot of diseases that we face these days. So a lot of, when we meet a new person and they're interested in the patches, one of the first patches we introduce to them is the pain and inflammation. Number one, almost everybody has pain, and number two, getting rid of the inflammation in your body will make you healthier. So that's
inflammation is the cause of aging. The head of our science team, Anna Aslan, back in Romania 50 years ago, learned that and has been recognized as the woman who discovered the cause of aging is inflammation and pretty much all of the issues. So yeah.
I thought it was Father Time.
I think they work hand in hand.
By the way, let's talk about how to use these patches, because that has come up in here. Now, I've got one on. We put the first one on the left-hand side above the waist, because you want to explain that? Why do we do that?
Yeah, the left side of your body is your receiving side. So we want to put it on the left side above the waist because that's where you're going to receive 100% of the frequencies. So that's the idea behind that. There's no one spot to put it, as long as you put it on your upper body and it's free of oils and lotions. And you also want to put it someplace where your clothes are not going to rub it off. And what we like to tell people to do is, wear it where people are going to see it, and they're going to come up and ask you, hey, what's that patch? And, it's the best marketing tool you can have. And, what I say is wear it loud and proud, and, go around and have people ask you so that you can tell them exactly what it is and what it's done for you.
So you can be a walking billboard for your business.
Absolutely. I am. I always have it showing. So if you want to wear more than one, because some people are, using 2 or 3 different patches, how do you suggest the second patch be worn then?
Same placement, whatever's more comfortable with you. The 3 areas that are the most popular would be your left upper arm, your left shoulder, and the left chest. So what you want to do when you add a second is just put it in the general area, but make sure that they don't overlap.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really the only rules, is making sure that they don't overlap. And you can wear 4 or 5 of them at a time.
Yeah, there really isn't a set number of how many you can wear, but people usually somewhere in the 3 to 5 range is usually what most people prefer.
And they are made to kind of work together. So just because it's not like they're competing frequencies. You know what I mean? They're not combating each other. They work in congruence with each other.
Excellent. Excellent.
And they're also, you probably noticed, the top layer is a disc, and it's actually a holographic disc, and that's where the substrate is that holds the frequency. The bottom layer is a Band-Aid type material made by 3M. The only use that has is just to be hypoallergenic and to stick to your skin. But if you have sensitive skin and you don't want to stick it on your skin, you can always turn the patch over. You can either tape it on. Some women prefer to wear it on the inside of their bra cup, and then the shiny side touches their skin. So there's ways to wear it if you find that you're sensitive to it. But 99% of the people are not sensitive to it. And the Band-Aid type material is just really comfortable and nice to wear.
And it's amazing to me how they stick. I mean, you can take a shower and go swimming and sit in a hot tub. I mean, they stay on. They're just really.
Yeah. After your 3 days, you're peeling them off.
Well, I'm I have no sense of time, so it's like I keep telling people, write the date on it, or write Monday is when you put it on or whatever, and write what it is. That this one is joint pain. So I might put a J on that for that, just so that you remember, because a lot of people are going, I don't know how long I've had this on, but
We set calendar events on our phones. So
well, that would be a
put
smart
it
thing
on
to
Monday and set an alarm for 3 days and have it repeat. So it'll repeat every 3 days saying, hey, let's change this.
Yeah. Before I had a cell phone, I could do that. I would just write on the package what day I put it on when I
Yeah.
needed to change it. And I would keep it in the bathroom. So in the morning, when I was going through my morning routine, I could just put another one on, and I could just look at the package. Oh, today's patch day, and change my patches. So you just have to find what works for you to remind
Right,
you to change it.
Right. People have had so much success with the pain and inflammation. We have found that there are some people that are in real chronic pain, that it takes a couple of them at the beginning to break that pain cycle, and then they can go down to just one.
Yeah.
And before we leave for pain, if somebody asks a question, let's take the pain patch, for example, on if there's a benefit wearing two or more. If you, let's say that you have an acute pain in your knee, and let's make it the right knee, you would still put the initial patch on the left side above the waist, because like Sally said, that's the receiving side. You could also take a second patch and put it around the point of the acute pain, and that's going to increase the amount of frequency that your body absorbs, but it's not going to be 200%. It's from what we can calculate, it's like half tons, like one and a
About
half.
150, yeah,
Yeah.
125.
But you
So
will
it does increase it if you wear two.
you will get more benefit from it. But I some of the other patches, I would probably just stick with the one. You really have to have an acute situation,
Yeah.
like something that's really throbbing. Like when Sally broke her toe and she used the pain patch for that. She used two patches. She used one at the side on her foot and one on the upper left side. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and that's the only one I've seen people go, oh, I need more than one of this. That's the only one. And it's just because of chronic conditions. You need to break that pain cycle.
yes.
And you can use the same thing if you have a lot of stress. You can use two of them, and just help you, because it's going to be more effective. Allergies, same thing. You can always, the joint. You can always use two of them. You can't go wrong using two of them, and you'll be able to feel it. If you have an issue going on, if your nose won't stop running constantly, and you put two patches on and it feels better, put one on, and if that doesn't work, add a second one. So you just kind of have to listen to your body and what it's telling you that it wants.
And if you're not going to put the second one to an acute place, like the knee in our example, we suggest same positioning, but on the right side of the body instead of the left. So the second patch would go on the right side of the body, above the waist, chest, arm, back.
Gotcha. Jeanette just asked, would it hurt anything if you leave the patches on longer, or just let them fall off on their own?
It's not going to hurt anything, but if you want the maximum benefit, you want to add a new one every 3 days. But if you want to add a new one every 3 days and leave the old one on until it falls off, it's not going to make difference. It's just the frequency is going to wane, and you're probably going to have no frequency before it falls off.
Yeah,
but you're not going to hurt yourself.
You might have 3, 4, or 5 of them on, because a lot of times they don't fall off.
Yeah, that's true. Well, but it doesn't go 3 days and then done. I mean, it's got to.
No.
it's so
Well, you want to know our secret? We have a switch in the back of our office.
no,
So when
you
we
don't.
flip the switch, all the patches in the world just go off. So they
No,
don't have
you
to buy
don't.
more, right? No, it's more of a bell-shaped curve. So as it's
Yeah.
waning off, we want you to be as close to 100% as possible. And that's 3 days is
Okay.
so
All
that's
right.
the real answer, not the smart aleck one.
All right.
Yeah, because
All
it's
right.
going to depend on, everybody has more electromagnetism and of your radiant energy. So people have different energies in their body that are going to deplete it. If you're smaller or larger, that's going to make a difference. If you're, a kid or you're a man, those factors all go into it, but they pretty much last for 3 days for everybody.
Okay. All right. Well, let's take another one. So I think my second favorite is stress and anxiety. And I don't ever look at myself as being stressed. I'm pretty calm and cool, but we've got environmental stresses. We've got stresses that we don't even consider. I mean, there's stresses. You've got the frequency stresses. You got so many different types of stresses that we don't even count anymore. That I
Yeah.
mean that when I put one on, it was like my whole body just kind of went, ah, it's like, ooh, that's really
Yeah.
nice. Do you want to talk about what's in that?
Yeah. Because basically what you're doing is you're just helping your body to de-stress because our bodies only look at stress in one way. So if you have stress because you were stuck in traffic or you had a hard day at work or you just have stress and anxiety, your body looks at it the same and it does negative things to you. So what the stress and anxiety patch is going to do is just to once again help to bathe your body in all the frequencies that are going to help you to calm down. So it's going to have frequencies that just help your body to relax, to calm down, has frequencies of serotonin and dopamine, which are going to really help to balance out your stress levels. And
Our
then we also
happiness
have,
hormones.
yeah, and then we also have frequencies in there that are going to help with nervous energy. So that's why there's just a lot of different frequencies to just help you be calm so that, we all have things that come against us every day. And these frequencies are just going to help us to be able to handle our day better and to get through it less stress free so that we come out on the other side and we just can be happier at the end of the day.
All right. Very good. Well, people love that one. A lot of people that are in chronic pain will use the pain and inflammation patch and the stress and anxiety patch because if you're in chronic pain, you've got a lot of stress and anxiety going on
Yeah.
too. So
You do because your body looks at the pain as a stressor. So
Yeah.
that's a good combination.
yeah. Jules just said, could you please speak to the mental clarity patch? If one is very forgetful, is it best to wear two of these at one time and place the second one on each side? So let's talk about we haven't talked about the mental clarity patch yet because that's new since we did this before.
Yeah, it is. The mental clarity is a really nice one. What I would suggest with anybody is that if you feel that you have some real issues that you need more clarity on, then I would start out wearing two patches. You aren't ever going to go wrong wearing two patches. The rule of thumb is that it's going to take minimum of 3 months to heal anything in your body, and then it's going to be a month for every year that you've had it. So if had some fogginess and a lot of times those things creep up on us. We've had them for years and we don't realize it when you just can't think like you could. And so that's why it's good to just start out with two, because then you're going to hit it a little bit harder and just see how you feel. And one of the nice ways that you can tell is if you put two on and you forget to change them, usually you can feel it at least after. It might take you a couple of weeks to really be able to resonate with the energy so that you notice it, kind of like a headache. You don't necessarily notice it's gone, but boy, once you get one back, you're like, oh yeah, I used to have those all the time and now I don't. Mental clarity is kind of like that. So we have frequencies in there that are going to help with confusion, because that a lot of times gets in the way when things get kind of scattered, and loss of focus. So if you have a real hard time focusing, concentrating, keeping your mind on things, this is a really good one. Also, a lot of people that have problems with mental clarity have sensitivity disorders, and this patch has some frequencies in it that are going to help with sensitivity disorders, going to help with mental fatigue, and it's also going to help with an inability to concentrate. So we have some really good frequencies in there that are going to help your brain, going to help your mind, going to take away that brain fog. And then one of the really nice things, excuse me, is it calms excess energy too. So when you get, too many thoughts or things racing and you can't think of what you want, well, this patch is going to help to calm the excess energy, going to help calm daydreaming, indecisiveness, and then being vague. And so this is a really nice one for people with ADD, ADHD. And one of the wonderful things about the patches is you can use it on kids too. So, if you have somebody who's having trouble sitting in school, put a couple of patches on them and, see how you notice a difference. They might just have a lot easier time sitting and focusing in school rather
Oh.
than just trying to struggle through the day, and maybe even wear stress and anxiety, because the mental clarity and the stress and
That's
anxiety
what I
go
was going to
together real
say.
well
That's
too.
what people have been saying they've been using on
And-
their kids who have ADD, ADHD, and or just, cognitive issues. And it's not just, it's not the kids, it's the grandparents too,
Yeah.
So, and we all need it.
and just so, Joel, this is one of the patches that I have a lot of experience with. I mean, I had foggy brain and the whole 9 yards. This is a wonderful patch, and if you have those issues, I would seriously do too, because this is one of those that two of them make a difference up front. You one on the left and one on the right, so you split them up. You'll go for a while, but for me, I only wore two for probably 2 months, and then I was able to take one of them off and wear it longer. The great and the thing I don't think that we've really touched on with any of our discussions on the patches so far is these aren't meant. See, the big thing for me with the mental clarity issues I had was they wanted to put me on drugs, right? They wanted to give me drugs to handle the situation, and it just made me think that this was. I mean, they were giving me a life sentence, right? In order to think, I'd have to take these drugs for the rest of my life, and I didn't like that answer. So when Sally introduced the patches to me, this was the first one I really jumped on, and you don't have to. It is not a life sentence. Over time, these patches will bring your body back into homeostasis, and once you're there, you only need them for maintenance. I was on the mental clarity patches for a year and a half, maybe 2 years, and then it's just if I'm really stressed out, I'll do the combo of the stress and anxiety, the mental clarity, do it once over a week or two, and I'll be good again. So it that is a huge difference between what we're doing with the patches and with all the stuff that you guys sell. Is we're not sentencing anybody to you got to do this for the rest of your life or bad things are going to happen to you. That's not how we work. It's not how we roll. It's not how these patches work.
Oh, that's excellent. I'm so impressed with them. I've used all of them now, and there's not one that I'm like, don't just absolutely love. One of the ones that I thought I'd never buy was Energy, because I have loads of energy from the iHercules and everything I do. And we were driving up to like a 14-hour drive and left at 4 a.m, Josh and I. And by 10:30, we were yawning and going, "Ooh, keep me awake, keep me awake." And I remembered I had all of the patches in my purse. So I took an energy patch out and I stuck one on him, one on me, and then about 15 minutes later, we're looking at each other going, "Do you feel that?" And we were alert and awake and driving safely the whole rest of the 14-hour trip. I mean, it was like, whoa, that was a real amazing feeling to have a real need and have that filled. And I think everybody needs all of these. I look at this as like your first aid kit, because you never know when you might have an accident and need that pain and inflammation patch, or when there's going to be some sort of trauma and you need that stress and anxiety patch, or when you're going to need some energy, when you've got a lot to do and you're not able to pull yourself out of that funk, and let's give me some energy here. You want to talk about the energy, what's in that one?
Yeah. Well, and clearly the world needs a lot of energy. I mean, what's popular now? 4-hour energy drinks.
Oh, geez.
Half of the shelves in convenience stores are full of energy drinks. So the energy lacking in people is a real issue. And what these patches do is they help to increase your energy, but it naturally stimulates your body. So it increases your energy naturally. So it's not like taking caffeine or an energy drink. It's going to not give you that stimulant that those get. And what we have in this is the frequencies of acetyl L-carnitine, which is an amino acid that really helps with your energy. And then it also helps the Krebs cycle support, which is the cycle in your cells that's going to help with the frequency and the energy in your cells. So we put some frequencies in there that are really going to help the Krebs cycle to process things more efficiently. And then we have some frequencies to cell enzymes. So once again, we're getting down to the cellular level, trying to really help those cells to maximize your energy. And then that naturally stimulates your energy so that you have more. If you have a long drive, or if you're going to a conference, or just a long day at work or at home, it's just a really nice little natural boost for you. And then we also have frequencies in there of ginseng and ginkgo biloba, because we want to also help the brain, because that's going to help your energy level by helping the brain and just kind of calming the things down that need to be calmed down, but while giving the frequencies of the energy to really help you to sustain your energy and get through the day and be productive.
Awesome. Awesome. I love the energy patch. I don't use it very often, but I'm glad I've got them.
Yeah.
You never know.
And the energy one is one you do not want to go to sleep with. Some people don't have problems and other ones do.
We have a truck driver who he puts his on a card, like a business card, sticks it in his pocket and drives with it all day long because it's in his energy field. But when he pulls over at night, he takes it out of his pocket to sleep.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I went to a conference
personally
once and I
left-
forgot to do that. I tried to sleep with it, and I was 3 o'clock in the morning, still tossing and turning, wondering why I couldn't get to sleep. And it was the next afternoon we realized I had an energy patch on.
Well, I got to Tennessee and still had the energy patch on and slept like a baby. So it's like, I guess it depends how much you need
just
sleep.
Yeah, and it just depends on the person. It affects everyone differently.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we've talked about only 4 of these. Let's talk about joint pain. I get a lot of people asking me, what's the difference between joint pain and pain and inflammation?
Well, the joint pain patch is going to help more specifically to the joints, not just overall pain and inflammation, where that can be, in your muscles and your tissues and your organs. It can be different places, where the joint patch is going to more specifically go with your joints, your ligaments, your tendons, and it's going to specifically help those. And it also
More about mobility.
Yeah,
About
kind
mobility.
of, and just to help you more freer of movement. It also is going to help to reduce trauma, because we don't realize that, as we're growing up and you fall off a sled, or, you're playing softball and you get hurt. Those are all trauma things to your joints, and they do have memory. So we have frequencies in there that are really going to help to reduce the trauma. Then there's also the same thing as the pain and inflammation, where it's the TENS patch, because when you have joint issues, a lot of times you have pain and inflammation. So there are just a few of the TENS frequencies. It's not nearly as much as in the pain and inflammation, but we put some frequencies in there that are really going to help. And then another frequency is rose quartz, because that's, one of your rare earth minerals that are just going to really help. The energy from that is going to help with joint pain. And then there's malic acid frequencies. And also there's nanobacterium frequencies in there, because a lot of times joints can either get viruses in them or they can get bacteria. And it's not necessarily that you have joint pain, you have toxins. And so we put frequencies in there that are really going to help to rid the joints of those toxins. And then we also have the frequencies of garnet in there, because that's another one of your precious gems that are really going to help with joint pain and mobility and stuff, to really just help the joint to function properly.
I am so impressed with you, Sally, because most people don't even know that in your joints you could have virus or bacteria, and that could be causing the issues. I've got pain. I've got bone on bone in my hips, and my cartilage is just now starting to grow back. So I use the joint pain. That's what I have on, is the joint pain one.
Okay.
Even though I don't have inflammation in my body anymore because of using iHercules all this time, and I don't have any pain, but I use it more for just mobility and all of those other things that you explained. It's not about the pain, it's about movement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ease of movement, so you can move like when you were younger, that you can actually get up and
I'm getting
down and
there. I'm getting there.
yeah,
But I was in
sideways and
I
do
was
what
in
you
a
need to
wheelchair
do.
before I started iHercules. So, this has been a process. But boy,
Yeah.
4
Well, we'll have to have
years.
Adam tell you about the first time he was introduced to the joint patch, because this is just a really nice way that you can introduce patches to people, because he was a little bit skeptical when he first found out about the patches. And so instead of trying to explain all the little details about them, because it's just like, we don't know how our cell phones work. We don't know how a microwave work. We don't know really why when we turn a light on, the electricity comes on. We know it does. We don't know all the intricacies of it. And so I thought, well, instead of sitting there trying to explain all of this stuff to him, I'm just going to show him it works. And so I put a joint patch on him, and I'll let him tell you
Yeah,
what he thought.
I played soccer my whole life in Georgia. Hard red clay. My knees, my ankles were pretty shot. Sally had an office inside of the health food store, and people would come in, and I would talk to them, and I'd just walk around talking to people trying to increase their business. And I was just walking on the hard cement all the time. My knees hurt, and I was complaining about it. So Sally came up and did that. Didn't know what she was doing. I thought she was just kind of saying, "Hey, bud, how you doing?" But no, she was putting a patch on me. And about 30 minutes later, she came by and said, "Hey, how are your knees feeling?" And I'm thinking, well, that's a very strange question for her to be asking. Knees don't hurt. Why don't my knees hurt? What'd you do? And she said, well, I put a patch on you. And that was the first introduction to the patches. And that was a really good one.
Yeah, that's a really good one. And these are amazing. I mean, people feel them right away.
Yeah.
It's such a good introduction. And like you say, rather than explain it here, let me put a patch on you. I
Yeah.
had somebody come into one of my classes who had been up all night with her son, had major trauma. I mean, she was not in good shape, and I put a patch on her immediately. I had stress and anxiety, and she just came like, ah, right on down. It was like, whoa, these things are amazing. So, one of the other, or two of the other new ones that I want to talk about are the male and female vitality. I've gotten loads of questions about those, and you haven't given me, the information on what all's in those. So, let's talk about male vitality first.
Yeah. Basically, the male vitality is going to be helping the male hormones. So it's going to help to balance them out. And what it's going to do in the female one is going to do the same thing. It's going to just naturally bathe your body with all of the good frequencies. So there's a specific frequency to proper functioning hormones. And what we do is put those in the patch and bathe your body with that. So it's going to help to um, balance out your testosterone and your serotonin and help your hypothalamus and all of the different hormone stressors that we have. It's going to help just naturally balance them. We also have frequencies in there that are going to help with erectile dysfunction. Frequencies that are just going to help with stamina, just having enough energy. So, as we get older and, your hormones get out of balance, you just can't think as well, and you get out of energy. Well, you can use the other patches and they're going to help. We specifically take the male hormone and we put the frequencies in there so that it's really going to help a male, because it's just really targeted to them and all of the different issues that a male has. And the nice thing about the patches is they're going to know if you're 16 and you're using a patch, or you're 80, you're not going to have the same hormonal system, but the patch is going to bathe your system with it. And then your body's going to pick and choose the proper amount of the frequency to utilize.
There's basically frequencies in there for people going through teenage years or getting older. It's the vast array of frequencies that a man would need from start to finish all
Yeah.
those frequencies that are specific to men are in that patch.
Yeah, I've had a lot of questions about prostate and libido around
Yeah.
the male.
There's frequencies in there for both, because
Okay.
that is an issue with men, prostate and a large prostate. And that's just basically inflammation, hormones going out of balance, toxins. You know, it can be from a lot of different sources. And so there are specific frequencies in there to help with the prostate. And obviously, you know, with the erectile dysfunction comes the libido too, that it will help that. Give you all the good frequencies.
So with the female vitality, you know, people ask me, what about, you know, the little 13-year-old who's just started her period and she's got cramps, and then there's, you know, the grandmother's going through menopause, you know, and same thing. There's got everything. What's in the female vitality?
Yeah. The female vitality has the female hormones. It has all of the good frequencies of the female hormones. And once again, your body knows the difference. So a 13-year-old, when she puts them on, you know, your hot flashes don't come because you just have hot flashes. Cramps don't come because you just have cramps. They come because there's inflammation and there's an imbalance in your hormonal system. And so when you place the patch on, then your body can pick and choose what hormones it wants. So it's going to help you to get the proper amount of estrogen, and it's going to help the adrenals, and it's going to help your progesterone, and it's going to help the serotonin so that you can have the proper amounts of, you know, the hormones that is going to bathe your body, and your body's going to be able to pick and choose. So someone who's in, you know, their 70s who's having hot flashes, when you put it on, it helps to balance out your hormones, because those hot flashes and menopause is not a natural state. There's throughout the world, there's not, it doesn't happen to all women. It happens to American women. And so what we do is put the good frequencies in there of all the hormones, and that will help to balance your body out. Not saying it's going to, you know, reverse menopause, but it definitely can help with the hot flashes and the mood swings and the, you know, lack of memory and all the things that go along with it. It's just going to really help with that. Also can, you know, there's frequencies in there to help women with libido and just enhance everything that they have to help them to be their best.
Awesome. Well, we have gotten amazing reports back from a lot of men and women with this. So we've got a couple more questions that are coming through. Is it better to put this on my body? And I can't read. I've got all this stuff in front of me.
She's asking if it's better if the patches touch the skin. There's no better with it. I mean, you can like the gentleman that was the truck driver that was using the energy patch on a business card. It never touched the skin. It just has to get into your energy field. Once the patch is introduced into your energy field, whether it's still on the backing that it comes in, or if it's on your skin, or if it's on a business card, your body doesn't care. Your body just craves the frequencies that are on there.
Good.
Yeah.
Good to know. It was just asked, is this good for pregnant women?
Yeah, there's no side effects or interactions with it. And obviously pregnant women have different hormonal needs than non-pregnant women, but
are you asking, does it help for you to become pregnant?
No, it was just, can pregnant women use them?
Yeah. There's no side effects or interactions with them. So they're safe for everybody, because it's not giving your body anything but really good frequency, and your body is only going to utilize what it wants. It's great too for once you've had the baby and your hormones are all over the place, and you know, you're trying to calm them back down and get them in the proper normal levels. It's great for that.
Excellent. So we have a few more.
Somebody's asking about the shelf life.
Yeah, what's the shelf life on this?
The actual textbook we're supposed to answer this way is 18 months. The experience way is we've both used patches that we know for a fact were over 18 months, and we wear them all the time. We're very sensitive to the energy that they bring to us. There's no difference to us in the older ones.
Yeah, it might lose a little bit of effectiveness, but it's not going to go down to zero. You're still, you know, if it's over that time period, you're still going to get a benefit from wearing it.
Gotcha.
How do you apply actually how we apply the frequencies and stuff? That is kind of a recipe. So it's a what do they call it? A business secret, I would suppose.
Proprietary.
Proprietary. That's the word. Thank you. It's a proprietary secret. So,
There is a machine,
yeah.
and we use a Faraday cage. So the patches go into a Faraday cage, which helps to hold the frequencies. And there is a machine that we program with exactly what the patches have. That's why they're all the same. And then we run that program on the patches, and then that's what the patches come out to. And exactly what they are, that's proprietary with new extracts that we can't step on their toes and say anymore.
All right, we've got 4 more patches that we need to talk about, and boy, we've been talking for a while here. Allergy patches. That's another fairly new one. Can you talk about what's in those?
Yeah, the allergy patch is really one of the really nice patches that we have, and it has a lot of different frequencies in there. So it's going to help with hay fever. It's going to help with just your everyday spring allergies. It also helps with food and environmental allergies. So if you're sensitive to gas or smog, it's going to help with that. If you have food sensitivities, it can help with food sensitivities. So there's, frequencies in there that are going to help with your histamine levels, and just to really help to bring your body back into balance so that it's going to be able to handle the allergies. And then over time, hopefully that you aren't going to need the patches and you aren't going to have the reaction, because that's what an allergy is it's your body's reaction to something. So there's just a lot of frequencies in there that are going to help that, so that your body doesn't have the reaction. So there's frequencies that are going to help your sinuses, and the itching, burning eyes, the itching in your throat. And there's just a lot of frequencies to help with the allergies, that especially in the springtime.
Well,
But
this
it also
came out
does hit
right about the time that all over the US we were having one of the worst pollen seasons ever. And we've got so many testimonials of people going, I couldn't even see out of my eyes the other day and was sneezing, and put a patch on and it's like, I'm clear. So,
yeah. Because it naturally stimulates your body to make the proper amounts of things, instead of, saying, oh, this pollen is an invader. I need to, come up with all of this, mucus in the sinuses to help. It's going to just help to balance that out so that you don't have the reactions to it.
All right. The next one, I was really doubtful whether this would work, and that was the weight management and appetite suppressant. You want to talk about that? I'm so impressed. People have have lost so much weight, or even if it doesn't show on the scale, have dropped, pant sizes, because this is actually working.
Yeah. Well, this one is a really neat one, because besides all the grounding and the iHercules frequencies, it also has the accelerate frequencies in it. So that is really helping your body. So you get, the best of both worlds, where you have all the frequencies that we put in the patch, but then you have the iHercules and you have the accelerate. And what this patch does is it helps to assist your body in breaking down fat, so you can metabolize it better and mobilize it better, which is something very helpful, especially as you get older. And then it also helps with your energetic balance, because that can be an issue. If your metabolism is sluggish and your energetic balance is sluggish, that can help to cause you to not lose weight. And then some of the favorites are Garcinia cambogia. That's been another popular one recently. Red raspberry leaf and green tea extract. Those are all really good things that can help you lose weight. And we put all the frequencies in there. Another thing that we do is put frequencies in there to help to balance your pH, because when you're in a more alkaline state, that also helps. Because what people don't realize is a lot of times weight gain is actually toxins, and it's your body wrapping the fat cells around the toxins to protect you. So as you balance your pH and your body is able to shed those toxins, then you're actually able to lose the weight. So we kind of wanted to hit every aspect of it that we could. And then as far as the appetite suppressant part of it, we put frequencies in there that are going to help with emotional eating, cravings. So it's really going to help to cut down on, actually, when you're hungry, you're going to be physically hungry instead of just thinking that you're hungry, or emotional eating, or just craving something. If you have a vitamin deficiency, sometimes you'll crave certain things like chocolate or something, and that's going to really help with the cravings. And then we also put frequencies in there of the enzymes, so that when you actually do eat something, your body's going to be able to assimilate it a lot easier.
Break it down.
And break it down and help you.
So even if those enzymes are not in the body, but just in the frequency, it'll still do the same thing.
It'll do the same thing because your body recognizes it the same.
Mhm.
Because that's, even if you would take digestive enzymes, what your body does is break it down to its energetic frequency. The body does that with everything. I mean, frequency is everywhere, and people don't necessarily realize that. But even, your medicines that you take and your supplements, your body breaks it down to its energetic frequency. That's what's so wonderful about all of the eye patch frequency patches, is that we just start with the frequency. So we can bypass all of that because it is just the frequency.
Yeah, and your body can pick and choose what it needs. I love it.
Yep.
I love it. All right. Sleep. Boy, we have had so many amazing stories about the sleep patches. And this is one that you just stick in your pillowcase and it'll last for more than 3 days because you're only on it, when you're sleeping. So
Yeah.
let's talk about what is this actually doing for our sleep condition?
Yeah. You can actually, there's a couple different ways that you can wear the sleep patch. You can put it on, but it's best to remember to take it off in the morning. Not everybody does. So I suggest that you just cut it off the little card and you throw it in your pillow. It doesn't have to be stuck on there. Sometimes when you stick it on your pillow, it leaves a little residue from the material, that the stickiness. So you can just throw it in there, and it's sold in a 30-day supply too, because it's made for 2 people. But what the frequencies are that we have in the sleep patch contains the frequencies of melatonin, which is your body's natural hormone that helps you to relax and sleep and get into a deep sleep. It also has frequencies in there that are going to help you to unwind, go into a deep sleep, relax your body. So if you're someone who, sleeps just very lightly, this is going to really help you. It has the frequencies of all the different REMs of sleep. So it's going to help to stimulate your body to get into that deep sleep and all the different REMs, so that, you get that very healing sleep. So you have the 3 different stages of REM. It also will help with insomnia, and it fights fatigue too, because sometimes we just get so fatigued that we just can't sleep. So there's frequencies in there that are going to help your body to unwind, to relax, and to be able to fall asleep, so that you have a proper sleep balanced life in your life, because that's what we want, is proper sleep, proper being up, and having a real nice balance there. One of the other things, couple other things that it does that's really nice, is it will help jet lag. So it's a great one to take with you if you're traveling. Put it on your pillow when you get to wherever your destination is. It'll really help with jet lag. And it also really helps with lack of daylight, because of the helping you to get the proper amount of sleep and just get into that deep sleep. It's going to help you to deal better when the days are really short, which thankfully now they're getting longer.
Awesome. Every time you talk about these, there's more information. I love it. This is just phenomenal how many frequencies you're putting in these, so that the body has the ability to get what it needs. I mean, and you can, there's not really a limit. I mean, so many things are going into these. I mean, I'm sure there's some limit, but
It'll hold quite a few frequencies before there's a limit, that's for sure. And that's one of the nice things about them. Some of these you might have to take 15 different pills to try to get the same results that you're going to get with actually just putting a patch on.
well,
And so it's just a really simplistic way.
And yeah, I don't take any supplements anymore. I just, between iHercules and iRevive and the iPatches, I mean, what else do you need? It's like,
full toolbox.
It is. Well, and I look at the iPatches as being a first aid kit. I mean, you've got everything you could possibly need for any kind of an emergency right here. And then the only one we haven't talked about yet is energetic chatter. And so if you don't have any of the conditions like pain and inflammation or allergies or whatever, but you're really sensitive to all of the energetic frequencies, this is the one. And I mean, I think everybody needs this too. We're so bombarded with 5G and EMFs, and I mean, everything puts off radiation. And that's one of the major things that cause problems and zombie cells in our bodies, radiation.
Yeah.
So what all's in this energetic chatter patch? I love the name of that one, energetic chatter.
Yeah. I do too. It's a nice patch. And the nice thing is it's just a really good one. Almost everybody who puts this one on really feels it. So this is a great one to talk to people and market to different people, is because this one you can really feel. And what we've put in the electronic chatter protection is frequencies that are going to balance your yin and your yang, which vitalizes your chi, which is going to help with your balancing out your energy and protecting your cells. And it also helps you to become more attuned with nature. So it's going to have all of the really grounding frequencies. It's going to help to balance your chakras and your meridians, and help to open your meridians. Because when you have stagnation in your chakras and your meridians, a lot of people don't know a whole lot about those. And you can actually cause things in the physical realm when you have blockages in your chakras and your meridians. You can have stress. You can actually have a lot of different issues. So we want to make sure that we help to get those open. Then it also has diamond, onyx, and amazonite on it, which is different gems again. And that's really going to help to remove negative energy and help really with grounding your energy. Then we put hopsbush in this one, which helps with excessive scattered energy, and it helps to reestablish a natural healthy flow. And then it helps to bring you into balance with the natural rhythms of the earth, which is what is so grounding, is when you have just the earth frequencies, and the more attuned you get with that. We also put frequencies in there for EMF and EMR, so it's going to help to put you in a little bubble and not have all of the frequencies coming against you. And it's going to help detox residual toxins from exposure to UVs, microwaves, and your cell phones, just different things, because as we get those toxins, then we have issues. Another thing it does is help to balance your polarity, and your polarity is the electromagnetic spin of your cells. And when those are off, it just makes you feel off balance. And if you've ever felt, some day that it's just like, oh, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed and nothing's going right, probably your polarity is off. And there are ways to be able to test that, but they're just going to help with your polarity. And then we have some frequencies in there of Rosa Damascena, which is going to bring balance and harmony to the body, because we're going to try to balance and ground and harmonize it. And then the wood and earth frequencies that are, go along with the Eastern medicine, that are going to help to balance you. And then we also have frequencies in there for geopathic stress that's going to aid in relief with the geopathic stress, because a lot of times, people have ley lines in their house and they don't realize that you might be sleeping on one. And this is really going to help to ground you so that you're going to be healthier. And one of the nice things with all of these all of these patches, is that they have the frequency in it. It has the frequency of the eye Hercules. So you mentioned the zombie cells a few minutes ago. Well, these patches are going to help to eradicate those and help them to be healthier, because it has the eye Hercules frequency, and it's going to go into that cell and disperse them and help them to do what they're supposed to do, and repopulate and get rid of the ones that aren't just going to be around, and just really help to balance your body.
Wow.
Help you to be younger.
Wow. I mean, okay, this is what I just did. There. You sold me on that one. I am putting that on right now. I'm going to balance everything else. Energetic chatter. I took it off and I was holding it just in my thumb and forefinger, and I could feel it vibrating.
Yeah.
I could feel it vibrating.
It's the weirdest thing. Once you become accustomed to what the feeling of the patches of putting the new patch on is, it's really kind of a cool feeling. It's like waking up or
I have a story for you. I have a story for you. So Cher Cormier, who is one of our LYN hosts, And also she's an energy healer and an animal communicator. I have to tell you this story. You're going to get a kick out of this. So she's got clients all over the world, and she had somebody that called her. They're going for the world's record of oldest goldfish in recorded history. And this is a 20-year-old goldfish. And it was, like this big. And it started to develop like a tumor. And they're going, "Oh, Cher, what can you do to help us?" And she says, "Well, I want you to put a pain and inflammation patch on the outside of the fish tank."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she said all of the fish got happier, but that one fish that had the tumor kept like coming right up next to it and swimming by and kind of rubbing up against it. And the tumor started to go away. I mean, it's like, I never would have thought of putting this on a fish tank. And
Yeah.
obviously we're putting them on like inside of cat and dog collars, horse harnesses. I mean, everybody's using these for everything, but the fish tank one was like, oh my gosh. And then Yako has a fish tank, and she heard that one. So she started putting them on hers because she cleans her tank every day, and she says her fish are really nervous because they don't like that. And so she put one on there, and her fish in the past have laid eggs, but the other fish come and eat them, gobble them right up. And since they've had the stress and anxiety patches on her fish tank, two of her fish have laid eggs, and the father fish are guarding them. And I mean, it's like a whole different behavior in fish because of
Yeah.
Wow.
Which
mean,
is probably what they have in nature, because if all of the
yeah,
male fish came and ate them, there wouldn't be any reproduction. And so they're probably taking out their stress. And by putting it on the fish tank, it's probably going through the water. It's not just in that one spot. It goes on
yeah,
the glass and then it goes
yeah,
through the water and really helps them bring them back to their natural state.
yeah. Isn't that the coolest story?
Yeah,
That
that's
is a
very
cool
neat.
story.
Ah, well, are there any questions that you want to ask? Because we're pretty much at the top of the hour, and I don't want to go too long, but I know that if there's any other
Someone asked if 2 weight loss patches would benefit. What I would suggest is perhaps 2 at the beginning of your diet and letting those frequencies get into your system. And then I probably wouldn't do it, but maybe a couple of days to a week. And then after that, just wear 1 patch and that should be fine.
But you'll be able to tell. I mean, if you do that and then you feel like you do better with two, then wear two, because our bodies are innately very smart and they know what we need. It's just sometimes our brain doesn't get it. And so
A
if
lot
you
of times our brain doesn't get it.
you just listen to your body, and if you feel something, it's probably correct, and just wear the two of them. If you feel like, oh, this is kind of a strange place that I need to put one, put it on there because you're feeling that for a reason, and just listen to your body. It's very smart.
Karen's asking, is there anywhere we can obtain written descriptions of the patches? If you're meaning like all the things that Sally has said go into them, no, we don't have that. We probably could transcribe this one so that we had it. And I think this one this one will take the place of the other ones because we've talked about all 11 of them now. So yeah. Truth be told, I have done double duty with my husband for the weight loss. I can't read all of these. So try
That's
to
when I really started seeing him skipping meals with no issues. That's cool.
yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, I so appreciate the two of you coming and sharing this information. This just is mind-boggling stuff. But Nikola Tesla said, if you want the answers to the universe, you go to frequency, energy, and vibration. And that's what we've got here. This is frequency, energy, and vibration. And in all of these areas that we most need them. And oh yeah, the $2.99 giveaway. Okay. Oh, so sorry about that. All right, Donald, are you there?
Yes, I am.
All right. So we're going to be giving away a $2.99 package that has iHercules, iRevive, and iPatches in them. And Donald is going to do something and
Do
pick
something, Donald. Come on, Donald.
And then, so yeah, pick a name. It's not out of a hat. It's much more technical than that now.
A random number generator. It looks like we have Jennifer Ledbetter as tonight's winner.
All right, Jennifer, you've got a minute to put your ID number in the chat. So that we need that do.
Well, congratulations. Now she can obtain some of the high frequency patches
all right,
that she's heard about.
Are you doing timing? Come on, Jennifer, put your ID number in there.
There it is.
Is that it?
I can't read it, but it's a bunch of numbers.
Hopefully that's it. Congratulations, Jennifer. Make good use of those. Oh my gosh, that's just awesome.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us. This is one of the biggest groups we've had yet. People are so interested in your patches, and this information just has been enlightening. Thank you so much for coming and sharing.
Well, thank you for having us. We thoroughly enjoy sharing and teaching and just hearing from people how they're loving the patches. That just really warms our hearts.
Great.
It's one of her favorite subjects to talk about. Gee, I don't know why. Do you?
Well, I sure am glad. So thank you, everybody. Thanks for coming. Remember, every night of the week except Friday, there's an 8 o'clock Eastern time presentation. Tuesday and Thursdays, there's masterminds. This is a mastermind on product on Tuesday. Tomorrow night, there's a mastermind at 9 o'clock Eastern time, 6 o'clock Pacific with Joshua, and it's on compassion with compensation. Real deep dive into the compensation. It is amazing how many levels of compensation come with this amazing company, with this amazing set of products. So thank you, everybody, for coming. Blessings.
Thank you, Kare.
Blessings to all of you. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye now.